Rush Hour News headlines going in depth with such a cool idea from a St. Paul pub called Sweeney's. Will Rolf is with us via video link up on our YouTube channel, live on YouTube, with an idea about bringing opposing political parties together over a meal. Will, it's good to see you. Thanks for visiting.
Yeah, thanks, Jason.
So this idea, in a time where I think we're all very interested in like, okay, could we have some bipartisanship in anything? Tell us what you have come up with.
Well, we're offering to the legislators, if they come in, a Republican and a Democrat together, we're going to buy them a poor man special, which is our lunch special, but they can also get it later at night, and a beer. Or if they don't drink beer, we can get them a pop.
And the idea is that
they got to come in together, one Republican, one Democrat.
There it is. That's the catch, that they've got to come in together.
Right.
And I mean, this used to sort of be the norm in St. Paul, where you would have politicians from different political backgrounds, and they would just sort of, that personal conversation makes it a little harder to villainize the other person, right?
Yeah, if you go out for a beer with somebody, it's a lot harder to call them the evil other, or what are the fascists and communists, I think, are the views now.
That's right. That's right. And your poor man special, it's a different special every day.
Every day.
Yeah. Give us an example. What's the special today?
Today it's a hero sandwich, and then there's also, I think, a Thai chicken wrap.
Interesting. What is it for you, Will, that made you say, all right, I want to try to do something in this area?
Well, I've kind of been tangentially involved in politics for, decades, written checks and done fundraisers and things like that. But what I found is it's really hard to get anything done in this legislature because nobody talks to each other. So if somebody has a good idea, they don't want the other side to get credit for it because then they might lose at the polls or something. And it would be nice if they could set that aside and work together for things that are good for the whole state.
Will Rolf is with us. He has owned Sweeney's Saloon on Dale Street in the Cathedral Hill area of St. Paul for about a year now. If you think about it, Will, last night I was sitting at the bar at Four Paws, talking to Branson, the bartender, hanging out with a guy named Andy, who is next to us. And it's just like, there's something about the neighborhood bar where, I don't know, you can talk to people from different parts of the world, different viewpoints, different financial background, different anything, but I don't know, there's something about that moment, isn't there?
Well, yeah, at Sweeney's our crowd's really diverse, because we're in Cathedral Hill, so you get people from Summit coming in, and you get people from the neighborhood coming in, and it's a real mix, but it's also a real comfortable place to sit and talk. We don't have live music because people like to talk there.
Yeah, right. It's exactly right. I mean, there is something about like sharing a meal, breaking bread. And look, like, this isn't going to solve the impasse over gun control legislation at the Capitol. But are you hopeful that it could be a way to at least get things started?
I'm definitely hopeful that if people talk to each other, that they can find some common ground. Even on an issue like gun control, there's some common ground. Nobody wants to see anybody get shot. And they're just disagreeing about how to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think about that a lot, right? That on most issues as Americans, we all sort of want the same things. We want to be safer. We want to be healthy. We want our kids to have a good education. We do have different ideas about the right way to get it done. But at the core, like, most of our core beliefs, I don't think are really all that far apart from each other.
Well, right. Well, on education, like you mentioned, there's this thing that's been in the news where Mississippi has better reading outcomes than Minnesota now, which is kind of embarrassing. And so maybe the the Republicans might say, oh, well, that's because they don't have good requirements in the schools or whatever. And the Democrats would say, well, they're not giving enough money. But maybe they could get together and say, well, instead of blaming each other, how are we going to fix this?
Yeah. Well, I think it's little steps like this that maybe get us a path to like being able to talk to people we disagree with again. I think it's really great. And I'm so glad you had this idea. Just any elected official, one Democrat, one Republican, any legislator is the idea, right?
We're limiting it to the state legislature at this point. You know, I think if Tim Walz and Tom Emmer wanted to come in and talk, I definitely, I might give them a steak sandwich.
I'll buy them the meal. I will pay for whatever those two want if they would sit down.
We might even do martinis for those guys, not just a beer.
That's right. All right. You text me and let me know, and I'll Venmo you the money for sure. Will Rolf, look forward to stopping in and saying hi myself, Will. Thanks for visiting with us from Sweeney.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you.
Pretty cool. Great saloon, great spot in Cathedral Hill. Beautiful old building, Sweeney Saloon in St. Paul. Just try to do their part to get that conversation started. Pretty good.
Is Poor Man Special like an inside joke? Or is it just like the label? Is it automatically implied that it's on the house?
Will, why? Can you tell us what?
Special is that's a bit of an inside joke.
Okay.
But it's also really cheap. It's $9.95.
So there you go.
Right
and
on.
You get a $3 tap with it. So it's $13 for a sandwich and a beer.
Pretty
so
good.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And then, well, and our slogan is a fool and his money are always welcome at Sweeney's.
It's perfect.
You're in the right business, Will.
Very good. Thanks, Will. Appreciate it.